So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Mobasshir. I am Imam of the Newbury Mosque.
Sorry,
And
can I interrupt you a minute? Ellie, can you take that outside, please? Is that okay?
it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, sorry. Yes, can I give you this, please? Well done, Eric. It just clips together with the back.
Yeah. Good.
Eric, how many M's in Imam?
Well, you can put one M and AM. Yeah.
Imam.
Sorry.
Let's be polite.
Good. That's better. I can hear myself as well. Not louder, which is really good. Okay. In a similar way, imams are in the mosque who are leaders of that mosque. Yeah? Good. So, I hear you've been learning about funerals and life after death. And I heard you listen to Christian view around that, Christianity, what Christianity says around funerals and life after death. Today, I will be talking to you about Islam, what it means for funerals, and what is the concept or belief in life after death. Great. So I'm going to recite to you something. You wouldn't understand what it is, but just hear me.
Yeah, and my family speaks Arabic as well.
Wow, that's really good.
So it's the language that the Quran is written in, okay? So you won't understand it because it's not in English. It's in Arabic. Okay, thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Amen, just like you say Amen when you go to church, it's the same Amen.
Yeah, is that the same word? That's interesting.
Yeah, because I heard it heard a bit like it was still a different language, but it said ain, and then I was like amen.
Yeah.
Good
Very
listening.
Very good listening.
Pray, you need to know Arabic. What I just recited now, and I'm going to recite a couple of other things just now. So the first one I recited now, we recite this in every single prayer. Every time we pray, we recite this part of the Quran. This is the beginning of the Quran. Yeah. So now I'm going to recite a second part and then a small section. Yeah, and then I'll go into the detail. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. This part of the Quran, this is what I recited was a section from the Quran. You can see this small book. This is a Quran. you would have seen a bigger version of it as well. But this belongs to my mum.
And that because you go this way.
Sorry, come again?
You go to read right to
Oh, which way do you read it?
So we go...
Good question.
Yeah, good question. So we go from right to left.
The opposite. Yeah, like
Yeah.
English, you read left, and then you like Quran, you right.
Oh,
We finish right, they finish left.
that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the Quran. It is a smaller version. This belongs to my mum. In those days, we didn't have handheld phones. So people used to make small books so that they can keep it in their pocket and then recite it whenever they want to. Nowadays, you got the mobile phones and everything is on the mobile phone and you can do the same job my mother used to do with this one on this one.
There's a different language on it.
Sorry, come again?
There's different language date.
Has it got a different language on your phone?
Sure, good question. Really good question.
Very good.
That was a very good question. Let me just show you something that I was doing just before I came here. So, so you see this app has got Arabic language inside
Can't see
it.
at the moment. Can we see it?
Oh, sorry. These apps are, really funny. They keep on putting stuff in. Okay. So there you go. Or if I tilt it this way, or this way, it doesn't work. So anyway, so you can see the Arabic written inside the app.
Oh, yeah, you know, basically,
And this is how
in this way it says the Arabic, but at the bottom it has
English as well. Start with funerals, yeah? Funerals. In Islam, when somebody dies, he is normally washed. His body is washed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good girl, Alexa.
Good.
How
Very
many
good.
times?
3 times.
It's 3 times.
Really good. Good to remember that. That's perfect. And then wrapped in a white cloth.
Oh, 3 times, but around.
Well, it doesn't have to be 3 times, but there is a cloth which covers the whole body, So everything is covered. Nothing can be seen. Once the body is covered, everything is covered. And then there is a prayer done for the person who has passed away. So people gather in a place where they all pray for him. One by one, the question. Your name, please? Eric. What's the question?
And the question is, in Christian, they don't use their body and they use the soil of God. In Muslim, do they use their bodies? Do they use their body or just their souls?
Good question. Hold on to that thought. I will come back to that question and answer that in detail. Okay? During my conversation, when I come to the point I can explain that, I will do that.
My dad did that. My great-granddad, 2 weeks ago, my great-granddad passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
It's fine. My dad washed him and then wrapped him so because he passed away, so they prayed, prayed for him.
Very good. So basically, when somebody dies, the funeral includes washing up the body, wrapping it in white cloth, washing 3 times, really good, well remembered, and then wrapping in a white cloth so that the whole body is covered, and then a prayer is done for the deceased. A lot of people gather around, and then they pray for the person who has passed away, and then he's buried inside the ground. So in Islam, it is preferred, or the only way I know is burial in the ground. The other ways like cremation and other things are not normally preferred. Preference is burying in the ground. Now, the question Eric had, we come to that question. Even though the body is buried in the ground, we Muslim believe as well, it is the soul which is taken up to the 7 heavens. When somebody dies, the soul is taken up. However, in the life after death, we will be resurrected. We will be brought up again and put the soul back inside the body. Put the soul back inside the body. And then it will be life forever and ever and ever. So once we go into afterlife, it's going to be life forever and ever and ever. There are going to be certain things that happen there, which I will go into detail in a few minutes. However, one thing we need to remember is, even though the body still stays here in the ground, it is immaterial, because once you die, time passes, the body is gone. And if somebody is cremated, same thing. The soul is the one which remains, sustains, and goes up to the 7 heavens. The body after that doesn't matter until the time when the resurrection is going to happen. And that's where we Muslims believe that the whole body will be brought back. Okay, so this is in a nutshell funeral, yeah. And then once it is buried, then we always pray for the deceased. Throughout our life, we are recommended to pray for the deceased. We believe as a Muslims that the children are we call it in Arabic sadqa jariya. It is something. The concept is, when you put a well somewhere and people benefit from that water all the time, it's the same way the children keep on giving benefit to the parents all the time. So even if a Muslim passes away, his children, when they do something good, the person gets the reward. So this is something we need to remember in the afterlife. For Muslims, when we leave this world, we die, we still can get the good from this world through the actions of the children of the deceased, and also if he has done something good in the local community. So for example, if the person who died has taught someone to be good, and he behaves and becomes good, then he will or she will keep on getting that benefit until that person keeps on doing that good stuff.
So, that's a tricky one, isn't it?
It's a tricky one.
So, when somebody has died, if that person